Hey, good morning guys. I'm going to try a different way of bringing you videos this week. Doing the Google Slides was taking me a really long time, and I feel like I can give you more content this way. I was not able to make the Google Meets work out here with my internet, so we're going to try YouTube instead. So here we go. This is 9.3 geometric mean. So what this means is if you have two numbers, any two numbers, to find the geometric, well, first of all, to find the regular mean, let's say our numbers are 5 and 10, okay? How would we find the regular mean? Well, mean means average. So if we were to find the average of these two numbers, what we would do normally is we would add them up, okay? And then we would divide by 2, and we would find that the mean of these two numbers would be 7.5. Okay, so it's a little bit different to find the geometric mean. What you're going to do is you're going to say that for the geometric mean, you're going to have 5 over x equals x over 10. And you don't have to remember this if you can just remember that to solve this, you cross multiply, which would mean x squared equals 50. Okay, so if x squared equals 50, what you're essentially doing here is saying the geometric mean equals x squared is going to be equal to 5 times 10. Well, if x squared is 5 times 10, that means x squared is 50. And then we're going to take the square root of each side. Okay, from there, how do we solve this then? Sorry, square root of x squared. Well, that cancels out, so you're left with x equals the square root of 50. So what you're going to do here is just simplify it. Yes, you can plug it into your calculator just like that, the square root of 50, and you're going to get a decimal, which is what several of you did last week. However, I want you to take those skills you learned from Algebra 1, and I know it was a crash course last year, so we're going to work on it a little bit. You're going to simplify the square root of 50 by saying that is equal to the square root of 2 times the square root of 25. Well, we know what the square root of 25 is. It's 5, right? So you're going to end up with 5 times the square root of 2 for your answer. X equals 5 times the square root of 2. Okay. So that's geometric mean. So all you do, you're given two numbers, you multiply them together, and they're going to be equal to x squared. You take the square root, and there's your geometric mean. So this brings us to the next point. Why is this useful, and why do we need to know it? So we're in geometry, but this section of geometry is your introduction to trig, also your introduction to several different concepts, you're going to be using in Algebra 2. So the first thing we're going to talk about is geometric mean for altitudes and for legs. So you can actually use geometric mean to find different measurements of your triangles. Let's see. Okay, so let's take the geometric mean concept and say that you have this right triangle. Okay, here's our right triangle. And what these theorems concerning geometric mean have to do with right triangles is it tells you that if you come up here to your right angle and you draw an altitude straight down, also I'm drawing completely sideways, so if it's a little off, you're gonna have to forgive me on that. So you're gonna start here at the vertex of your 90-degree angle, draw straight down to your hypotenuse. What that does is create two more right angles, correct? One here and one here. It also creates 3 triangles. This one, 3 right triangles. This one here, this one over here, and this big one, okay? So geometric mean can help you find any part of this triangle. So let's take our 5 and 10 example again. Let's say this is 10, and this part is 5, and here's our x. So what geometric mean for altitude is going to tell you is that this altitude here, this height of your triangle, is going to equal the geometric mean of your hypotenuse. both segments together. So you're gonna have your x squared is 10 times 5, and we already solved that in the other one. We know it's 5 times the square root of 2. Well, what happens if you are not necessarily given this x here, okay? We just have, let's say we just have A, B, C, and D. And it says, what is the height of the triangle? Well, you can figure that out, given this. You can because you know that this height of the triangle is going to equal your 2 sections of your hypotenuse squared. Okay, so that's geometric mean for the altitude. Geometric mean for the leg is going to be a little bit different. So now we're going to use it to find these sections over here. Okay, so the geometric mean of, let me erase these numbers here. I'm gonna leave my same ABCs here. The geometric mean of this side, right here, okay? So we're gonna say BC. That's what we're trying to figure out here. So BC squared, there we go, is going to be equal to the side that the leg is connected to times the entire thing. So in this case, it would be DC times AC. Side it's connected to, DC, times the whole thing. That's going to give you this leg over here. What if we do it for the other side? So this time we're going to find the leg on this side. So we're going to have AB squared equals part of the hypotenuse that's connected to the leg, AD times DC. So this is the leg part of the geometric mean, and the other one we did, which was this here, finding the height, that was our DB squared, equals the 2 parts of our hypotenuse multiplied, AD times DC. So now you have all different ways to find different lengths of your triangle. So let me erase this, and we're going to throw some numbers in there and practice. Okay. Do y'all like my whiteboard? It's my kids. Okay, so let's say that, let's find a good example. Let's say that this is y, okay? And we're given 3 and 8, and I want to know what y is. How can we find y? Okay, so this is our leg geometric mean. So we're going to take y squared, and we're going to set it equal to the part of the leg or the part of the hypotenuse connected to the side of the leg. So that would be 3 times, now I need my whole thing. What is my whole thing here? It's 11. Okay? Make sense? How about if x was this side over here? How do you figure that one out? So this would be our x squared equals the part of the hypotenuse connected to that side of the leg, 8, times my whole thing, which is 8 plus 3, which is 11. So here we have y equals 3 times 11, which is 33. Y squared equals 33. Okay, and how about this one? X squared is going to equal 88. So now you're going to take the square root of these, and then you will have your answer. So here, y just equals the square root of 33, and this one you can simplify on down. Okay, so let's do another example. One more, and then that will be it for today. Thursday, you're going to have a quiz over the first 3 sections that we have done. Let's do this one. This will be on it. You'll be given a few of these to solve, plus a few just regular geometric means, plus content from 9.2 and 9.1. So I hope that you are really taking the time to work through the problems that I gave you so that it won't be so difficult. Okay, the quiz is also open note and open book. What you may not use is any online software or outside resources. Okay, so here's our right angle. So we're just gonna bring it straight down. We're gonna draw our height of our triangle straight down to the hypotenuse where it creates two new right angles. And we're gonna say that this X here is our height, and we're gonna be given 10 and 4. And so I wanna find the height of my triangle. So according to geometric mean, my altitude squared is going to be equal to my two hypotenuse parts multiplied by each other. So 10 times 4. So x squared is going to equal 40. Now we have to take the square root of x. So we're going to have the square root of 40. Well, that did not turn out very good. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to simplify it down. 40 can be square root of 40 can be simplified as the square root of 4 times the square root of 10. Well, we know what the square root of 4 is. That's 2. So we have 2 times the square root of 10, and that's going to be your answer there. Okay, guys, watch this video today. Work through the problems. There's some extra practice problems at the back of the notes I gave you. Please do those. Email me with questions. Have a good day.